What's good, guys? Your boy, Mr. Old. What's good, guys? Your boy, Mr. Old Skool Ryder. Come back at you one more again. I got a special guest today. One of the newcomers in the LS gang. He's a newcomer to me, but he's been around for a while. I want to introduce co-founder of the Whistle Gang, my guy over here, Swaps and Stuff. What's going on, brother?
Hey, how we doing? How are we doing? I appreciate the invite.
We do appreciate it. I see. Okay. I see swapping over in here as well. Cortez, what's going on, buddy? Make your rare appearance. So, tell us about yourself, Swaps.
Swaps, man, man, gotta work. I work, man, and turn wrenches for fun on the side, man. And I do basically the LS thing is just as a what you would call it, a hobby. Yeah. And it's took off, you know what I mean? It's fun. I enjoy it. So, and I just want to learn more about it.
Oh yeah, working on these vehicles or whatever project that you have can be a great stress reliever.
And that it is for me. That's my release because I don't do anything else. I don't party, don't drink, that's my release. So.
Oh, you don't drink?
No.
You don't have no hurricane hangout by yourself?
No. Nothing like that.
Shout out to LS. That's my dude right there. Yeah, I'm glad he brought those back, man. I don't drink, but I'm glad he brought those back, man.
To each his own, I'm not knocking nobody to do it, but it's just my stress reliever is to turn the wrenches a little bit, and it's like for you to say just trying to learn something in the process while doing it.
Yeah, that is so true. So how long you been working on these cars? All right.
Swaps. Right. I know my first motor swap, I want to say was in like 95, 94, no, 96, 96, 97, somewhere in there. That was the first time I ever, and it was a 305 to a 305, you know what I mean? And my uncle, shout out to my uncle, he's rest in peace, Wayne, Uncle Wayne, he, it was a box Chevy Caprice.
I was gonna say
pulled out yeah, it was. We pulled out a 305 to a 305, and he was saying he ought to help you all you want, but I'm not turning no wrenches. So that's how I learned, man. He pointed out to this, that, and gave me what I needed to do.
For sure. Swapping over and learning H tuners is that what you use as well for your flashing?
Yeah. Yes, HP tuners, and I'm trying to get into the Holly thing. I'm actually trying to get into a class as we speak. So, I mean, and the internet gives you some information. I'm not going to say it don't, but hands-on sometimes is best. That's my little sister.
Okay. Was it Marquita?
Yes, that's my little sister.
Okay. Hey, little sister. All right. We do appreciate you coming by. All right. Let's see.
Hey, I appreciate y'all dropping in.
Yeah, I didn't know they had a class for the Holly system or whatnot.
Yes, they do. I mean, and I think there's a class for a little bit of everything. It's just a matter of trying to find it. And some of it's a learning curve. I've never messed with Holly to even say that I would, be all right in it. But HP tuners is a good tool. But as far as HP tuners, I only know the GM part of it. They have you can do almost any vehicle with HP tuners now. So the only thing I know about it is the GM part.
Oh wow. Yeah, I heard about H tuners like a long time ago on certain vehicles. You trying to swap them, not domestic cars. It'd be like little 4-cylinder cars or whatever. You can swap like a bigger engine from something else and put it, like in a small car. HP tuners, they've been around for a long time. I know you have to buy like a certain amount of credits, right?
Yep, you have to buy the credits, and you have to do that. So it's a little bit of a learning curve there too. And then not only that, every time that I'm just always speaking in GM. A new engine comes out. That's a new platform. That's a new ECM, and it's almost a new way of having to learn to tune again.
Wow. Yeah, maybe one day whenever I get another LS swap. No, I'm probably not gonna do it I'm not gonna do it myself anyway. But you know, at least I guess I can get it to learning. But I think it's so expensive, ain't it?
It's costly. It's costly. You know, this all started as a teacher had I want to say it was a 60. It was 68 through 72. I know that it was a Suburban, and he swapped it to a 5.3, and I seen it and I liked it. I said, "Hey man, I'd like to do that. You do mine?" He said, "No, you can do it yourself." So with him saying you can do it yourself, I said, "Well, I'm gonna try it," you know. And I'm able to learn it, and then the tuning part of it is, you know, at the time it was hard to get a hold of someone to try to tune your vehicle or look at your vehicle or anything like that. So I said, well, you know what, I might as well just try to get the HP tuning myself and learn it.
So how much is it really anyway to get
it's came down. It is a lot cheaper now because of the new the whole new setup is wireless.
Wow.
and the setup itself can do almost any vehicle. So that is nice. You know whenever I started in it, it was just a matter of GM as far as I know.
Okay. Dang, wow.
Dad 52. Hey, appreciate you dropping in, Dad. I know Dad. That's a good guy.
Oh yeah, he be in the comment section lurking. Yeah, I see him too. What's up to you, buddy? Oh yeah. Dang. So what's the learning curve on it anyway? I know it takes a little trial and error to kind of get it together.
There's a lot of parameters in HP tuners that, like, say for instance, if you want to turn something off, you can't go directly to that particular thing and turn it off. You know, there's 2 or 3 other steps you have to do to make sure that is turned off. And I appreciate the shirt you got on, man. WHISTLEGANG.
Oh yeah, I rarely wear the same thing twice in real life and also, you know, on camera. But you know, I had to re-represent the WHISTLEGANG. I know I'm supposed to have you on recently, but you know, we here now. You know, I wasn't on my other show.
Go.
You know, shout out to my other guest, Air Force Angler last week. You know, her other car got two turbos in it. You know that Mercedes. I had to. She part of the WHISTLEGANG too unofficially.
Hey. And I got some other designs. There may be some other things dropping pretty soon. You know, it's just a matter of time. You know, the WHISTLEGANG. Shout out to the WHISTLEGANG. Everybody that hashtags the WHISTLEGANG, man. I appreciate that, man. And then how that got started. I'd always just put WHISTLEGANG whenever I'm doing any kind of turbo build or anything like that. I would comment WHISTLEGANG, stuff like that. And then several of us that are, you know, talk to each other quite a bit. Cortez is one of them, in a live said, since I got jumped into the WHISTLEGANG, and he pulled out a turbo. And I said, man, I thought do something with this. We could do something with this, you know, other than just, you know, the words just saying WHISTLEGANG, you know. But that's how it all got started. And then if I'm forgetting anything, I apologize. But I think that's how it started.
Oh, you said Cortez jumped you in the gang?
Well, no, that's what he told me. He said, since Swaps jumped me into the WHISTLEGANG, and then he pulled the turbo out. He said, I said, okay. So that's it. And then after him doing that, I was like, man, the WHISTLEGANG might be able to do something with this.
It's catching on, bro.
Yeah.
Really catching on
and
right
I appreciate it. I do. And it's just fun, you know, turning wrenches and playing with cars, man. And the honest fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say about Cortez, man. He be a little quiet about his stuff sometimes. You don't know what's going on until you pull it out sometimes. Man. But for him to do that, he ain't playing.
That guy's a talent too. Shout out to Cortez. Shout out to LSSWAP 254. All your other guests you had on here, because I've been watching. You know, I come in and I'll chime in and chat and watch. I appreciate that, man. To being here, you know, and then I see you got some heat coming later. man, I cover man 66. I rocks with him. I
Oh
rocks
yeah,
with
he's
him.
a
Yes,
hard
sir.
guy. He's a hard guy to get a hold of, man. Hard guy.
Yeah,
He
and he's
finally
good.
gonna
He's
come
good
through.
people's
Yeah,
good
actually,
people's
one of
too, man.
the I was gonna say he's like one of the first people, you know, is besides Kun Lally, they like the first people like early on in the LS game. You know, like trial
Yep.
and error. Shoot, man, I couldn't believe it myself. I'm like, dang. We're gonna talk about it tomorrow, of course, but yeah, oh, sure, you freezing up on me, bro. You freezing? Oh, you just paused. Okay, I'm
No.
sorry. Oh, you just said, okay, you just paused. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's one of the first two people like way back in the day was doing the LS swaps. Man, we was still doing like Chevy 350s and
Yes, sir.
305s or whatever.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The 350s, 305s. Then it was the LT1. You know, everybody wanted the LT1. You know,
Yep.
and it's advanced quite a bit. There's no telling how far it's going to go. But and I like what's going on because it's preserving some of the older cars. You know, the LS motor has preserved a lot of the older cars that may otherwise be sitting under a tree somewhere, or in the backyard somewhere, or in a barn somewhere. You know what I mean?
Or crush and made into like a can of
Or
soda or
crushed.
something, you know?
Yeah, we've lost a lot of nice ones to that, but yay,
Mm.
I like I like the fact that the LS has saved that, you know, and there's other motor swaps that's being done too, but the LS thing right now is really hot.
I think what's the latest motor right now? I think they brought it's not the original LT1. I know they call it the LT now,
It's
LT1 or
called the
whatever.
LT. Yeah, it's called the LT, and it's a direct injector motor that makes plenty of power. It's
Mm.
just plenty of power, man. It is, and I've had a chance to look at the a tune of one of those on on HP tuners, and man, it is so many things that you can look at and see. It's just crazy. I'm like, wow, man, and it's a direct injected engine versus the older style, your Gen 3, Gen 4 style. Some of your Gen 4 style stuff
Mm.
is intake through the intake and not direct injected on top of the pistons.
Oh yeah, I've been in quite a few vehicles, you know, like the foreign stuff that have the direct injection.
Yeah.
Man, you hit that gas. Psh, I can just imagine something like an old school car with something that powerful. Whew.
Yes. Yes. I like I said, I like the direction it's took. You know, granted, you get out on the highway now and you may see an old car that you may think that's, how in the world is this thing even keeping up with me? And it's because it's got a newer engine in it and
Hmm.
supporting mods too. The motor just ain't it all the time.
And you gotta have the rear end, the transmission,
Right.
and
Right.
also the most important thing, you gotta have your brakes and your coolant.
Yes. Yes. You got to have the slow if you want to go.
Yeah, I see a lot of people with the factory. I'm not hating or nothing like that, but if you got money into your drivetrain like that, you gotta stop that bad boy.
Yeah. Yes,
I
sir.
just seen quite a few people smashed up. I'm like, oh, they got a motor in there. They weren't thinking about it. Oh, shout out to Ken 10 Customs. I see he lurking as
10.
well.
Yes, sir.
I
What
think I
up,
didn't see
Ken?
you.
Yes, sir. You didn't I thought I said you said you had a box Chevy at one time?
I had a couple of them back in the day.
Couple of them. Okay.
Yeah, it was a few faces of the internet kind of took me out the box Chevy game, man. It's over for me unless I'm not gonna say it's over, but I got quite a few GMs right now. You know, other weird cars y'all probably be seeing. I'm into everything, but most of my box Chevy's been two doors.
Two doors. Yeah, that's the
I'm a
hot one
coupe
right
man.
now. That's the hot one right now, man. I mean, they're all hot. Don't get me wrong. I don't own one, but I've had, like I said, 97, 96. I had one all the way up to probably 2002, 2003, and then I went to the bubble.
Yeah, them bubbles trying to creep back up a little bit, man. I think they like 2, 3 years away right now to coming back hard.
Yeah, and that's another car that I like. I mean, I'm a big GM fan, and the two door I had one, but it was what was it, 79, 305 car. You know, it sounded like it had power.
Oh, you got those flow masters in there?
Yeah, it had no power. It had no power.
Yeah, we gotta do what we gotta do. Back in the early 2000s, you could pick up a box Chevy for like 1,000 most of the time back then. Like a good one.
My first one running and driving, $600 with AC.
Damn. Yeah, my first box Chevy, my first box Chevy, it was an '84 two-door black. Of course, I bought it from the junkyard. It's a backyard junkyard. Actually, I bought two of those. One was black. I think the other one was like white or something like that. Both of them had to get some work done to it. I was working at the dealership. I took the black one up there, but I ended up getting like a job in the corporate America. I was telling the people like, hey, I'm coming back for my car. Just leave it here. Then the day I was going to go ahead and check on the car, I seen it on the tow truck. They cut that motherfucker up, man.
Man.
You know, new management came in there. This actually happened at Prestige 4, you know. I hate to put you on blast. But, you know, they changed. Yeah, you know, it was back then, the dealership was like on 3 streets.
Gotcha.
But, you know, when Ronda Reed came in there and bought everything up, you know, he condensed everything down to like one very small place. Okay. But I come to find out, I saw it on the tow truck. It was just like in the movies. I was coming up there, I turned the corner, I'm like, that look like my Caprice. I see the front end, but I don't see the back end. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, who did cut my car up?
That's enough to make you upset. And then to know what they are bringing now, kind of just like, man, if we only knew, you know what I mean?
I damn near cried, man. Even though I had 5 cars at the time, but you know that box Chevy, them $2 are hard to get, man.
Yes.
You see those prices on Instagram?
They are it's a matter of what you're gonna find. I mean, there's some out there. I'm not gonna say there ain't, but they're gonna need work. You know, and that's my thing. You know, with me, I can't go out and buy that $10,000, $20,000. You know, that expensive ride, man. I have to buy one that I can work on and may need a little work and make it my own so I can afford it. You know.
In the white box Chevy I had to go ahead and I had to get rid of it. Some things came up. I had to sell it. I think the one I always think about is that black one, man. It just go through my mind. You know, it just cut it up. You know, the engine was still in there. You know, I took the interior. I took the interior out before I took it up there. I know it's gonna be sitting outside. I have some of those pieces laying around somewhere in Texas. You know, hopefully one day. I don't know, but if a 2-door box Chevy just fall off the truck or someone say, hey, there you go. I have some interior parts for it.
There you go. Good luck with
that. It's that leather red interior too. That's what was in there. I still got the seats, dash, everything. I got stuff everywhere, dude.
And then, you know, you take that, like you're saying, that 2-door box, and you drop that 5.36048 in it. And of course, the value of the car goes up, you know, but at the same time, you get some reliability too, you know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I know some of the domestic cars, they're not the most reliable, except for the engine, you know what I'm saying? You know, engine and transmission on certain cars, but yeah, it's quite a few things you got to kind of work on sometimes to keep it up, but as long as you keep that motor and transmission running, you'll be all right.
Right. You know,
there was a lot of them I saw back in the day in the junkyard. I'll be looking at it for the reason they went down. I'm like, why you couldn't keep the car cool enough, or you couldn't? I saw a lot of hack jobs on certain things at the junkyard. That was so sad, man.
Yeah, it happens, man. It happens, and it will continue to happen, you know. But that's the process of somebody else's way of learning or taking shortcuts. One of the two.
Yeah, most of the time it's shortcuts, man. But you gotta kind of swoop on in and get parts. But nowadays it's kind of hard getting parts at the junkyard now. Some of the stuff is kind of drying up a little bit.
Yeah, I got 2 or 3 in my area that I go to, and don't tell nobody about where they're at because they got some gems. They got some nice ones in there. And then I'm like, man, I'm being stingy. Sorry.
Damn, you sound like LS, man. Y'all ain't giving up nothing, man.
Man, I just, you know, like I said, there's you know, if I need a part or something, I can go ahead and go over there and I know it'll be there. And, you know, it's one of them things where if I go to one of these bigger ones, which is going to be another, you know, an hour ride or so, and it's a guess whether or not they're going to have it. You know, I mean, you can check the web to see if they have it. Okay, they say they got it. You get there, they don't have it.
Yeah, I know, man. You got certain people buying up all the parts, but, you know, I can't knock the hustle, you know. We'll probably do it too if the resources were just right. So what are you kind of working on right now, actually?
Man, I'm finishing up on a 84 Monte Carlo SS. It's a 5.3 single turbo swap, 4L80E. Putting getting the AC lines ran to it right now. And then my brother has a 83 or 84 two-door box that it's already got the 5.3 to 4L60 in it, running, driving. I'm trying to get the suspension together to where we're putting 28s on it.
Right.
And then and then for that, you know, those two things right now, I've got a 71 Cutlass that I really need to try to get back on the road. That was my first swap car, and that I put a LS in, and you know, it's been sitting for a long time.
You said 71?
71 Cutlass convertible, yes.
Oh, sure. You got something there.
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted one since I was before I even knew what the car was. You know what I mean? I remember as a kid walking past this house that had one sitting in the front yard, and he would only pull it out on sunny days, and it wasn't for sale, but it would sit in the front yard. And I remember as a kid walking past one of those cars, that particular car, I never knew what it was. And as I got older, you know, I'd asked what kind of car it was, and I found out. And so I ended up, a friend of mine, he had one too, but his was a 442. And he said, I got a car for you and come take a look at it. And I seen what it was. It was convertible. I said, I want it. And I ended up painting it. First time I've ever painted anything also was that car. And I've painted this car the same one, same color as the car that I seen as a kid.
Dang. You got them colors, man. They classy, man. Very classy. Right now, I actually have a 76 Colors. That's my dad's car, but that's pretty much my car. And I have a 82 Colors. Of course, they both two-doors. They ran, but they're not running right now. The only one that's running is my Oldsmobile 98, the yellow car that I used to have on the channel every so often. Actually, there's a picture that's similar to it on my logo.
Yes.
Yeah, but that has the Oldsmobile 350. That's going to be the next swap candidate if I can stop buying stuff.
Okay. I know that you like others like Mercedes and stuff like that too, right?
Oh yeah. Those. It's a challenge, but you know, once you get them down, it's just like anything else. Like anything else. When I was working at the dealerships, you know, you had other people had projects. It was this old man named Charlie. You know, he'll old school redneck dude. You would never think he'll mess with stuff like that, like a Mercedes. No, he was in the war back in the day or whatever. He always talk about them, but you know, he got a daggone old school Mercedes and stuff like that. Like, hey, if you know how to work on these, you'll make your money. That's how I started kind of working on them a little bit.
I agree. They do cost a little bit to have them worked on. You know, I have a possible swap candidate. It's a 2002 BMW, and that's something I was supposed to have done a long time ago. You know, it just hasn't took place yet. And I like.
You said the year 2002 or the 2002 BMW?
It's either 99 or 2000, in between 99 and 2002. You may know about
Oh, the
more
year.
about it than
Okay,
me.
I got you.
Yeah. The car, not the engine itself. I don't have an engine for it, but it's a candidate for one. I like that car. I like the body lines. I like the independent suspension. I like I like the car. And the drift guys love them.
They light. They're very light. Yeah, especially which for cars? I think it's either 325 or the 318s. A lot of people put the swaps in the 318s a lot of times, and sometimes you see them in the 325s, but they're very light, man. You just
This
gotta
here's a
have all your parts together to
325.
make it work. Three and a
Right.
quarter.
Yep, 325i.
Yeah, that's the car to
You
get
know,
right there.
it may happen, it may not. I don't know. I'm not in that car area to know, what a 325 would bring. But I know that, as a swap 325i with the suspension setup that it has and the body lines it has, the car will be a nice one to drive. It ran good as, an inline six. It just had issues.
Oh yeah, when you start replacing parts here and there on the BMW, you gotta go ahead and just take the whole thing out and just slap some in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a whole community on the LS swaps on the BMW actually, just like this.
Hmm.
You got some of the peers out there kind of hate them, of course, but it doesn't matter to me. But if it keep the car on the road, that's fine.
Right.
I know that engine's not going to fit in my 74 and my 76 BMW 2002. It's too small. But I was looking at my Volvo here recently. I seen a couple swaps in there. I'm like, I wonder. I can kind of finagle that in there, but I'm thinking like, what? I might have to keep that straight four in there. It has four on the floor on a Volvo.
Volvo, yeah, they're the LS platform is. I want to say there's not a car that or any other thing that a LS platform hasn't been put in, man. People are putting them in everything. I did a 1946 Ford truck several years back, and at the time it had an inline or a flathead V8 in it. And at the time when I finished that truck, I know that was the only truck, LS swap 46 Ford in the state of Kentucky at the time when I finished it. So I felt good about that.
Oh, is that where y'all at, the Kentucky, Tennessee area or whatnot?
Yeah, I'm in Kentucky. I'm in toward the middle of Kentucky versus Kentucky's down right in Kentucky Tennessee border there.
I gotta imagine that right now. I think Kentucky on top of Tennessee, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in Georgia myself. I know when I went to Oklahoma like a few months back, I was just in Tennessee for like maybe 15, 20 minutes going through Memphis. Hit that little U-turn on the bridge. I was pretty much in Arkansas.
There it is.
I thought I was gonna be in Tennessee for a while, but I just wasn't.
If you're driving from east to west in Tennessee, just like east to west in Kentucky, you're gonna be there a while.
Y'all, most of my driving was I was in Alabama for a little bit, but most of the driving was in Mississippi and Arkansas on my trip to Oklahoma. But yeah, I was kind of in shock. It was a million lights, so I'm like, dang, this is taking forever. I hit Memphis, hit that little U. I'm like, it only took 15 minutes? Man, I thought I was going to be in Tennessee for like 30 minutes to an hour, man. I was so disappointed, man. I thought I was going to stop here and there and everything. Oh, yeah, also, all right, I'll swap Nova. You got a 4K80E. Is that one of the newer transmissions?
The 4L80E. That's one of your heavy.
This is a 4K? I think it might be a mistype or something.
Yeah, it's a 4L80E. It's a heavier duty transmission that came in most of your pickup trucks at the time. You trucks that would be hauling stuff, and they're almost. I ain't gonna say they're bulletproof, but they're almost bulletproof. You could put them behind a 4L or a 6.0. Generally, and a lot of 6.0s came with the 4L80E, and they work well. They take the abuse of adding power adders, and you don't have to do a whole lot of tuning.
Oh man, wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
whenever I do my swap, it's most likely it's going to be a 6-0.
here it is.
Unless something special just, I guess all the stuff I ended up getting, I guess I probably could have had an LSA or at least a 6-0 with a turbo or something on it.
Yeah,
But I like what I like.
yeah.
I'm looking at maybe like 1 or 2 cars unless a Chevelle or a Nova or something come through.
That is another nice ride, man. The Chevelle, the Malibu, the Nova, the what else we got? Of course, the Cutlass. Man, it's just you can keep naming. I'm an A-body fan. The Monte Carlo. I love the A-body platform. I like that.
Oh, you talking about the big platform? Or the 70?
The A-body platform, yeah, 70s to 67 up to 72, I think it is.
Okay.
I like that platform there. And I'm big into older cars. The newer car is nice, I guess, because of all the comfort they have. But to me, I'm bigger into the older stuff. I like the body lines and they're made of metal.
Yep.
Granted, they're a little heavier, but they're made of metal.
Oh yeah, it's just something about smell of the exhaust, man. That gas, man. You're doing something. You get the mixture just right. Oh man, that's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Don't sniff no fumes, kids, but y'all get what I'm saying.
And especially when you add a little race gas to it, or some man, it's just a whole different aroma then when you got a race gas going through it.
Oh, y'all like that smell, man. You can you hear the front of it kind of clacking and clicking and all this stuff, and then you smell that funny gas in the back. I'm like, woo.
Yeah.
I don't know if he doing anything for real, but it smell like it though.
Right. Definitely.
So whenever you do the turbo, what's the how long something like that would take with the fabrication and everything?
But to be honest, they have so many kits out now to where you can almost bolt it up and go. The biggest part of it right now would be engine bay room. If you can drop an LS in there, you got room. But if you start adding turbos, you start adding pro chargers, you start adding those things, it starts making that engine bay which has plenty of room a lot smaller. So that's where the fabrication has to come in. To me, that's where the time. So you got to snake this, hide this, all that to make it all work. And I watch a lot of other people's channels to get ideas. I'm not gonna say I don't, because I do.
Oh, what's up, Loco? I see you creeping in here as well. Yeah, that's another guy that don't be saying nothing. He just pull out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't be mad at him. You got to keep it to yourself sometimes. Then you can just pull it out.
Man, he's got something brewing over there now. We'll see when he pulls it out. That's for sure. That's for sure. And he's definitely whistle gang ready over there. I know that. He let the cat bag out of the bag on that one. So we know he's whistle gang ready.
Yeah, you got a smiling face on there. Yeah, we know. Yes, sir. So you pretty much got almost everything whistle gang on the cars right now, right?
And for the most part, that's what I'm doing right now. My Cutlass is not a turbo, but I want to put a turbo on it. And that's about it. That's about the only one that I want to do a turbo. I really would like to get into the big rim stuff, but it's just so costly,
It's just Dunk Master as well.
Yes. I really want to get into that, but when it's meant for me, it's meant for me. So I'll whenever it's my time to do so, I'll do, or attempt to anyway. We'll put it that way.
Man, I saw you put some big rounds on a couple cars you got out there. I seen it on.
Oh yeah. My Cutlass is 26s. I got an 81 short bed Chevrolet. It's got 26s, and then of course my brother's got 28s on his box Chevy. So and it's just a matter of seeing it, possibly looking at someone else's videos and trying to make it work in your way. Because not everything's going to be the same, as far as like you were asking about the turbos, not all of them are going to be the same. If you do one, it's not going to be the same on the other. Because
That's
somebody may
kind
want a
of,
bigger turbo, somebody may want a smaller turbo, somebody may want two turbos.
God damn. Whew. That's overkill for me. You know, I just need to get something in there and just,
Roll
if
with
it
it.
just happen to have a turbo on it, hey, that's cool. But dang. But it does make a difference, actually.
Hmm.
So whenever you put a turbo in the in those cars, do you have to kind of cut up the? I guess you have to run the pipe underneath the engine or something like that, right? Or through the fenders.
Right. But no, not necessarily. The 84, the 84 Monte Carlo has a S475, which is a big frame turbo. It's not a little turbo, and it sits underneath a stock hood. It doesn't have a cow. It doesn't have a cow hood at all, and it's got the exhaust. It's got full exhaust with an electric cutout with the 4L80E. Um, Intercooler, all these things. You know, it was quite a bit of fabrication work to make it work. But
Oh.
and that's what I'm on, like right now. I'm trying to get the AC lines fixed to where we can run the AC also with this.
Is that pretty much a factory error, or you guys run like a vintage setup on it?
Now, this here is, I mean, the actual compressor is the same as what would be on the truck. It's actually in the same position as a truck. I wanted to try it. People said it can't be done. That, you know, that you can't put the truck mount in a G body. So somehow it worked for me. So
Wow.
that's how I got it in there. What up, D Brooks, Cat Loco?
Yeah. What's up with it, buddy?
Of course, he's Whistle Gang. D Brooks over at Whistle Gang ready too.
Oh
Along
yeah, all
Cortez,
y'all
D
ready,
Brooks.
man.
Yeah, man, they Whistle Gang ready, man. I appreciate y'all. We I'd like to try a twin turbo setup. You know, I know you said one's enough, but I want to try a twin turbo setup on something.
Mm.
Um,
Hmm.
Not saying that they'll make any more or any less power than one turbo, but you
That
know, just
71 Colors
something.
might be the candidate without that room in the engine bay.
You're right. It does have a lot of room, and this is it was I'm trying to remember. I have a fire AC delete cover on it now. I don't remember if it was. I can't remember. I don't even think this was an AC car, to be honest. It just had a blower motor for the heat.
Oh, it's a heat car there.
Yeah, it just had a blower motor for the heat, and that was it. Yeah, I'm trying to remember because I pulled that off. Why? I don't know. I didn't have to. I had plenty of room, but I pulled it off just to see because it's like I said, it was the first swap I ever done. I didn't know how much room that I would have on the firewall. Um, so
Cal Loco, you talking noise over there? Let me see. No, yes, you can. You can. Oh, okay, no. Okay, I thought he was talking noise over there. He be talking noise sometimes, but no. Oh, he said he got a G body with truck everything on eights. Okay, I gotta check
yeah,
that out here.
yeah. And I was trying to, you know, when I accessory wise, is trying to move stuff around to where it's not sitting at the same location as a truck accessory or a truck intake. So put a different intake on it, bigger throttle body. No, it's got the same throttle body, bigger injectors, different converter, you know, those things, turbo intercooler, those basic parts that you would need for a turbo.
Whew. You make it sound a little bit. You make it sound a little bit easier now.
It there's it's not as bad because like again, there's kits. There's kits. You have to cut here, weld there, cut here, weld there. That's where the plus comes in as knowing how to weld. So you know, I don't have to take it to anyone to weld. The only problem I have is I don't have a aluminum welder, so that I can't weld up because I don't have an aluminum welder.
I mean, it don't take nothing to maybe go to like a local person or somebody you know to kind of fab it up real quick with the aluminum welding.
Right.
That's all.
But
But
it's if you take it to a shop or something, they're gonna want a little bit because it's a trade, man. It's a good trade to have. You can make decent money at it. So
this is the part of the show that I need to ask all my guests. What was your first car, Swaps?
1971 LTD.
Ford, okay. So you had the big motor or the small motor in that particular car?
It was either Cleveland or Windsor. 351. I know that.
See, 71. Hopefully that was. If that was a Cleveland, man. Oh man, I'm sick right now.
I mean, and the sap. I don't even want to really get into the story about the car, but I should still have the car.
Oh, that was the one that got away.
Well, no, it's through my ripping and running. You know what I'm saying? And I just like, man, it was sitting somewhere and it needed to be moved, so I had to go.
Oh man, it be like that, man.
And of all cars, that
sometimes
one should never left.
Yeah, I know on your first car or your favorite car, it's just one of them things. When you get rid of it, you're like, it's gonna hurt. But you know, like other stuff come through later on. I'm like, dang, if I would have kept this car, this would have got in the way of getting this other stuff. I mean, sometimes you got a car that you like or the car you're in love with, you get one itis.
Yeah.
You don't want to deal with nothing else. You just keep fixing and fixing and fixing.
But
all the money you put in it.
I hope one day to be able to get another one, and to paint it and do it exactly the way it was. You know what I mean? One day.
Fix up.
Well, it belonged to someone in my family. That's why I said that the car should never left. You know.
Oh, sure.
So that's the thing.
All right, let's get off of that car. What's your favorite car right now, Swaps?
Man, I don't really have a favorite car because I like all cars. I like like I said, I like your 80s on back. You know, if you want to talk about trucks, I'm a big fan of your 48 through 52s, 5-window trucks. I like your F100s. When your 70 model trucks, the Fords, I like those. I still like the square body Chevrolet trucks, the new body style trucks. Yeah, the C10. Cars, 68 Camaros, 69 Camaros, GTOs, you name them, man. Impalas. Right. I'm a big fan of all of those. I don't have just one favorite car, but I do like a Galaxy 500, man. 60 model Galaxy 500. 60? And you wouldn't think it. 60s in the 60s, somewhere in the 60s, because along the same body lines of the Impala itself, you know, the 64 Impala, somewhere around the same body lines of that car. I like that model Galaxy.
Yeah, actually, before I went through my transition of vehicles, I had a '67 Galaxy. That was one of my rare four-door old school cars that I have. I don't, in real life, you know, the family car, whatever, can be a four-door, but most of the time, all the cars, it don't matter what it is, it's going to be a coupe. You got to hop in the back.
Yes.
But you know, that Galaxy, that was so rare. My homeboy had the car. Had it for 2007, 2008. Had it for a little bit. Got it. Cars were cheap back then.
Yeah. I miss those days.
I think back then, they had a car. What was that campaign? Cars for cash or something like that?
Cash for clunkers.
Oh man, they fucked the car game up, man.
It did, man. It did. It really did.
A lot of stuff just disappeared, man.
Chances are, people still have it. It's just a microwave now. You ain't no telling what it became. You know what I mean? Just a microwave now, or something else.
Yeah, that was a sad time going to the junkyard. You look like perfectly good cars. I know some people want to get like a newer car or whatever, but I was looking at some of this stuff. I'm like, it was nothing wrong with it. You turn the crank or whatever the case may be, you know, it was just sitting there.
Yeah.
Especially in Dallas and certain parts of Dallas, you know, the city wants you to this car got to go.
Right.
I mean, it was like Caprices, you know, the dump type of cars. Those cars were cheap back then too. You get one of those for like $1,000, $750. I had my hands on the 73 for like 2 seconds. But you know, the owner kind of reneged on it a little bit. I'm like,
Oh
dang.
man. I do like the donk cars, man. The 75, 76. I love that body style of the car. The 75, 76 Bonnevilles, the
Mm.
Sabres. I like those cars.
What about those deuce and the quarters? Those electrics.
Buick Electra, deuce and a quarter. If I'm gonna go that route, I want the Buick Wildcat.
Woo.
Yeah, man.
Ooh.
So I do, I like those cars. I do. I do.
Damn, that's all right, man. But yeah, we're getting close to the end right now. So whenever you
Okay.
work on the vehicles, I know the common knowledge is just hands on, but do you need like any type of literature or any type of book to kind of help you out a little bit?
Man, I always result back to something else because some of these things you just can't remember everything. So I'll result back to notes because I take notes a lot, and then I'll result back to pictures in the phone, or I'll result back to videos on YouTube or something like that. I mean, I'm always looking back because, like I said, it's can't remember it all. So then there's a whole lot of different numbers going on sometimes when you want to change internal parts of an engine, or beef it up, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I know back in the day you had to get like an interchangeable guide. You had to actually buy the book, but now with the internet and other
Hmm.
people doing it, it's making it a whole lot easier to a certain extent to get some of these cars going. I was on the Ford side. I still am to a certain extent, but Ford's pretty much my first love. You had to get the interchange guide to kind of see what cars what parts fit this and that.
Right.
You know, my area, the Fords, is like the 60s Ford. You know, like
Gotcha.
Mustang, Cougar, Maverick, stuff like that.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I've seen several Mavericks today, to be honest. They were all four doors though.
Oh no, actually had a comment like a 70, might have been a 73 if I'm not mistaken. It was like that lime gold, like that greenish yellow.
Yeah.
But back in the 2000s, I was just going through cars like water, man. Man, that was so cheap. You get like a couple hundred,
Yeah.
no more than a rack.
Yeah.
That cost the
I
clunkers
mean,
kind of messed the whole game up, but hey, it's all
I,
good. But we
I
can't
miss those
afford to have
days.
another situation like that, actually. I'm sorry, what you say,
No, no,
Swaps?
I said I miss those days, and I agree with you, man. Because that'll any old school car that is sitting around, the chances of you getting it or someone else getting it and probably doing something to it may be slim to none. If they're going to come through and say we're going to offer you X amount of dollars for your car, that you just get rid of it. And, some people get tired of looking at them, and they want them gone. Some people hold on to them because of you know sentimental value. They
For
don't want to
sure.
get rid of. But when the city comes to you and put that sticker on that car, what do you do?
Some people freeze up, and next thing you know, the car gone, man. Whenever I be on my travels, I try to give my phone number out, like, hey, just in case,
Hmm.
X, Y, Z, just let me know. We can figure out something. I try to keep a couple dollars on me in case I get a phone call or I drive around. That's the problem. I don't need to have no couple dollars, man. I need to be broke when I'm
Yeah.
riding around, man.
So you just did you be window shopping instead, huh?
I need to be window shopping, actually. I see stuff that's on my bucket list.
I got you. I got you.
Especially here in Atlanta, everybody else want the stuff that we like most of the time.
Right.
It's other gems out there, of course, but it is what it is. But if I can find a Chevelle like we talked about earlier, hey, it'll be all good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big fan of your cab over trucks, the old style cab over stuff.
Sure, I like them
50s.
Dodges, man.
Yeah, the Dodges, international. It doesn't matter. I'm a big fan of the cab over stuff, and I tell myself, I say, one day, man, I want to build me a cab over, wedge bed
Ooh,
cab over. It
that'll
probably
be
won't happen,
something.
but who knows, man?
Actually, speaking of cab over the engine, what I also thought about getting is like one of them old school ice cream trucks from like the '60s and back, and put like
Yes.
something mean in there, man.
Oh yeah, that'd be slick. Oh, panel truck.
Yeah.
Panel ice cream truck, that'd be slick.
I know it's kind of weird. I be looking at it, I'm like,
Up
man, what if I
silverback.
put an LS in there?
Hey man, they go in everything and anything,
That's true.
you know.
Yeah, that is true. Let's see. Hold on. What loco? What's up, Silverback? All right, Silverback. Looks like y'all came a little bit late. I know y'all usually have stuff that's a little bit longer, but I'm not long-winded like that anymore. My mouth getting a little dry. All right, loco. This is the part of the show you can plug your social media and all this stuff. And what you got going on? Tell them.
Man, swaps performance or swaps and stuff, either way. And then swaps performance on Instagram. Definitely come over, check me out, hit the sub, man. We playing with little LS stuff. We're playing with different car things. You know, it's not necessarily all LS, but that's what I enjoy doing. So for the most part, that's what you may see over there. I like all the older cars, so chances are you may see a bunch of older classics in there somewhere. But for the most part, man, we're just over trying to have fun and learn, you know.
My bad, Silver. I didn't realize I had the slow mode on. I thought I took that off, but sorry, guy. Well, I have it taken off by tomorrow when we have the next show on. So they can find you on Instagram. They can if you want to buy this shirt and also that shirt.
It's that shirt. Well, I ain't got very many.
Oh yeah, that's a rare shirt. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I ain't got many of these, man. But any donation is welcome with any shirt that I have. The Whistle Gang short, of course, would be, you know, hit me on the Instagram. I have to look and see what it is. Swapsperformance.71, I believe. So, but definitely that. And then, like I said, I got other designs going on right here. I also had a Got Boost shirt that I don't have very many of them, but that is one that.
One.
Yeah, so got Boost. Okay. And then the other is I have also a Whistle Gang twin turbo setup shirt. So I got a couple shirts. So it's just a matter of right now. It's to get them produced. You know, to get them produced. So that's what I'm hoping to be able to do sooner or later. Get them produced, have them out there for people if they want. They'll be there or hit me up. Like right now, it's just by word of mouth and IG. You know, that's how it's coming about.
Have you hit up any car shows yet?
I went to one. I guess you would call the one at in St. Louis there at the Gap Fest, and then of course Dallas. I mean, those were YouTuber events, but there were car shows there too. There's a couple here locally that I'd like to go and check out. I missed a good one several weeks back because I had to work. So, but it was a nice turnout from the pictures I seen.
Oh man, yeah, I missed West by Way last week. Even though it rained, it was pretty much a good turnout.
That's what I say. I seen that, man, and shout out to the people that come out and did that, man. Even though it rained, they still showed up and showed out. That's all right, right there.
Yeah, I know the Griffin brothers was there. You know, they travel all the way from KC. I'm like, you should have came anyway. Yeah, I was telling them, hey, it was raining. I couldn't go. I couldn't do it. But you know, they traveled from way over there. I guess I should have went ahead and just pulled up for like 2 seconds. But they rain was like, I better not do that. Yeah. And also, we got a big one in Dallas on this weekend. I think it's the Whip Fest.
Whip Fest.
I'm gonna end up missing that one again.
Really? I'm not gonna be able to make it. Right. I'm not gonna be able to make it. I'd love to, but I'm not gonna be able to make it. Hopefully, Lord willing, I'll be able to make one of them. You know, in the future sometime. But right now, it's not on the books to do anything. I don't have anything planned as of right now, other than Scary Fast. I'd like to put my own, put one on myself. I did several years ago. It did okay, you know. But now that hopefully I get a little bit more traction and I can probably throw something together where the numbers will be a little bigger. It's just my area though. It's rural community, so.
So what's the next big city that's by your area?
Or if you want to call it, I mean, Fort Knox. You got Louisville, Owensboro, Bowling Green. I'm in the middle of all that, just about.
Oh yeah, you gotta travel then, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Dang, okay. If you decide to get something going, I throw something in the pot or whatnot.
Hey, I appreciate
try to be
that.
one of the sponsors, a small sponsor.
Hey man, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I actually have a place. That's already been okayed. It's just a matter of is it going to happen or not? Is it going to happen or not? And the area itself it's a small town. If you blink, you miss it.
Wow.
It's one of those deals.
You got one of those. Are you kind of like in one of those cars and coffee type of town?
I guess
just pull up at the drive-through.
Yeah, it's one of those. What do you call it? No street lights or no stoplight. I'm sorry, no stoplights type of stuff.
For real?
Yeah, man, none.
Oh man, I know y'all be just flying through there then.
There's a lot of people that drive through because it's got a main little highway that comes through it, but they never even knew they were there unless they stopped and got gas.
I'm gonna have to come check out Kentucky, man. I've been wanting to get out there since I'm very close now, but yeah. Hopefully y'all be able to get out there sometime this year, man.
Man, if you
I'll probably hit you up.
Try Bowling Green, man. They have the Corvette Museum. Man, that's something to see. If you're into Corvettes, you know what I'm saying?
At these prices, man, I'm out on that.
I feel you. But you could also go and look at the older ones, the older ones and up to the newer ones. And years ago, they used to let you walk through the plant to see how they're made. I haven't been no time soon, so I couldn't tell you if they still let you do that. But used to be able to do that. We was able to take a tour and we seen how they were put together.
Yeah, they're very fascinating cars. That's the hood supercar.
Yeah, the Corvette. Just give me the engine. Give me the engine. Let me do what I need to do with the engine. I'll find something to put it in.
So especially a new Corvette, man. Give me the drivetrain.
That's it, man. That's it.
Yeah, I sat in one of those recently. Oh, that car is low to the ground.
I've yet to say I've seen them. I've yet to sit in one, but I have seen them. It's a slick looking ride. It's a slick looking ride.
It's very tight on the inside. That's in a car, so pretty much don't do no justice. But Swap, we're gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna talk to you for a couple minutes. Don't hang up on me.
Okay.
But guys, thanks for watching Hey Use Your Inside Voice Live with Mister Old Skool Ryder and Swaps and Stuff, aka co-founder of the WHISTLEGANG. Y'all want to get this shirt and other shirts? Not this one, but the one I got on. Hit them up on Instagram, whatever you got going. Just support it. Hopefully we'll get them a car show going here one of these days. Y'all donate to his campaign as well. Projects or whatever. And we're over and we're out. And stay right there, Swaps. Stay right there. 1 second.